Welcome to The Dish. As always, I'm Jalen Russell here with my colleague Jalen Gray, giving you the latest stories from the NBA this week. Westbrook has been playing amazingly these last couple games for the Thunder. Well. But do you think that long-term this is bad for the Thunder overall?
Not at all. I mean, right now he's playing at an amazing level. He's second only to Anthony Davis in player efficiency rating, and he's still distributing the ball. He's averaging about 8 assists, and he's racked up 3 straight triple-doubles so far.
Right, and that's great and all, but hear me out here. Kevin Durant is a free agent after next season, and OKC has a history of letting players walk for free agency. They let Harden walk.
Franchise player.
They let Harden walk. They let Kevin Martin walk, and
cap issues.
And we can look at this and say that Westbrook's been playing very well. He can become a franchise player for them. He's playing like a franchise player, like you said. He has had 3 triple doubles the last 3 games.
Yeah.
So, what if Oklahoma City trades Kevin Durant after this year to try to get some more pieces to build around Westbrook? It's outrageous, but
very outrageous.
But think about it. If they let him walk, they get nothing. If they trade him, they'll get picks. They'll probably get at least 3 decent role players to run with him.
They could get a star and some bench players. They could KD.
Yeah, they definitely could. Exactly. But
in the long run, if Westbrook is playing this well, they could still play at a high level.
Long run, I think Kevin Durant's going to do a whole lot more for that team because they built around him and Westbrook. They have that chemistry together, but they're so short-sighted, and they've seen what they've done when they let players walk. I think that they're just going to look at this and be like, Westbrook's playing so well. He's actually averaging 8.8 assists when Kevin Durant's not playing, and he is. So he plays better without Kevin Durant. They could look at this and say, this could be better overall if we just trade him, but I think long-term it's going to prove to be a lot worse.
Which is why I don't think that KD's going anywhere.
You never know. We'll have to see. Washington's looking pretty good. But moving on, this is the first time that we have ever talked about the defending champs, the San Antonio Spurs, on this show.
It's very sad.
It is. It's pretty sad. But they're 7th right now in the West. Do you think that they can make it at least back to the Western Conference Finals this year?
I don't. I just don't see them as the same team they were last year. I mean, coming out of the All-Star break, they've lost 4 straight games. And their last 10 games against playoff teams, they're only 3-7.
Right, that's great.
So with the big 3 intact.
It's interesting that you say that they're not the same team because literally they have the 12 guys from their playoff run last year back on the roster this year.
They haven't played that many games.
Exactly, so they're well rested as well. Their defense is actually half a point per game better this year, and their offense fell off a little bit. They're 5 points worse per game. But last season, during their playoff run, they were actually outscoring teams by 9 points per game. So I think that they had a little wiggle room. I think Pop will get them all working together well again, and I think they can make another run.
I mean, they're still the same old Spurs that we love. They still move the ball, play great basketball. They're 6th in assists in the entire NBA. And I just think that the Western Conference is stronger overall this season. I mean, Golden State is playing well offensively and defensively, and so are Memphis and Portland. And
none of those teams have Greg Popovich, who I swear is like some sort of evil genius in the NBA. He always wins at least 61% of their games when he's in San Antonio in the Pop Duncan era. They're on pace to win 61% of their games again this year, 50 wins. I think that he just knows how to make this team work. He knows how to make these guys tick and what makes these guys tick. And I think that he'll find a way to help them get rolling in the playoffs. And I think they'll find their way back to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, Pop is great, but history is actually on my side. In fact, every time that the Spurs have managed to win the finals, the following season, they haven't reached the Western Conference Finals.
That's true, but history is history, and we'll have to see what happens this year. That's all we have for you this week on The Dish. I'm Jalen Russell. He's Jalen Gray. Have a good week.